Hi, gorgeous lights. Welcome to a energy update. It's kind of an energy update because I really did want to talk about what's actually happening on the planet right at the moment as well, to do with energy and the elevations that we're actually going through. But I'm kind of going to split it into a couple of things I've decided as well, because I'm just getting them to chime in at exactly the same time. So one of the first things that you need to be really, really aware of is it's kind of like the soul is in charge of the body, and it has been for the last 6 months. So the soul is really looking at where we kind of stuck in old belief structures and karmic loops, where we kind of stuck in fear-based energy, and it's looking at our food habits, our dietary habits, and absolutely everything. Now, you may be asking, why is this happening at this period of time? The reason why it's happening at this period of time is that we are going through a process of actually coming out from being very, very thought based, very mentally based, very I think based, and heading more into honouring how we actually feel and I feel based. So you can end up feeling like two people in the one body right at the moment, where the mental part of you, the logical part of you is arguing the point of view of what you actually think you should be doing, and then the feeling part of you, which says, I just don't want to do that, is actually kind of battling. So you're having a lot of internal arguments as well. Now, bear in mind that nobody actually hears our internal arguments. So looking at people, you know, externally, we actually go, well, they seem actually okay, but there is actually, right at the moment, a tremendous amount of pressure on people, and the universe is actually helping us to actually address what suits us and what doesn't suit us, by getting us to actually look at where we get triggered through other people, where we're doing soul releases for soul contracts, where we're looking at the shadow aspects of ourselves. So there's a lot going on. When there's a lot going on, people are grumpy. That's the bottom line. We like to think that a situation triggered us. We like to think that a person triggered us. But in reality, in our best interest, a soul is trying to get us to see what we actually need to do for ourselves. Do we have a scarcity fear? Do we have a fear of not having enough? Do we have a fear of being unwell? What is actually happening, and what we're actually needing to address is becoming pivotal on the planet right at the moment as well. So you're having to do a lot of internal investigations. Now, the reason why you can kind of feel like you're two people and the one people is, in order to move forward in unity as we're heading towards the age of unity, you have to unify in yourself. And I have actually talked about this before. So the energy actually works with us on what is the relationship that I actually have with myself, reflected through other people. So if you're having challenging times with other people, please understand this is happening so that you can empower yourself and do have an understanding of not actually trying to blame everybody else. I mean, come back to gratitude that they're actually teaching you a huge amount about yourself, but be really, really mindful that it is an evolutionary process. We all go through evolutionary processes in our understanding and our growth, because it is actually, we're here to learn, and that's what we're here to do. But it's also really, really important to understand that everybody has a different soul pathway. Everyone has a different evolutionary experience. And, you know, Spirit has this beautiful saying when they say, if somebody is learning, you would not kick a puppy. No, we wouldn't kick a puppy. So why would you be really, really hard on a person that's having their own soul level understanding? The only time that we try and get involved is when we're trying to control a situation and it's not going the way that we would like it to. So when that happens, we of course get really frustrated that the universe isn't actually on our side. The universe is always on your side. It's just that from a human perspective, you have a very limited understanding and trying to make everything safe in the way that you actually want to live your life, when the universe actually, and your soul says, actually, I have a bigger understanding than you and a wider scope than you, and I want more for you than what you're currently actually addressing. So this, you know, relationship energy that we're in is really pushing us to actually say, what do you truthfully actually want? And what you truthfully want lies in, I feel. How do I actually feel about this situation? Not a sense of obligation, not a sense of duty, not a core programming. So there really is a lot going on. So I'm kind of saying that you need to be understanding there is layers and layers and layers of stuff that you're unpacking right at the moment. Your karmic agreements, if you have a falling out with your family, if it's a relationship breakup, there is karmic loops and cycles that are being corrected right at the moment, so you're free to actually make some choices with what you want to do. As you free yourself from that heavy karmic energy by actually realising that that person is allowed to have their opinion, they're allowed to be feel exactly the way that they feel, and that you honour that, then you step into refocusing, because that's what's pivotal about this energy, is refocusing on your gifts, what you bring to the table, what you're actually bringing to people, and what you're bringing to yourself first. Then you understand that you're reworking the entire equation, and it's actually making more sense, because you can control you can't control another person. That's just the way that it actually works. So this energy is going to amp up a little bit before we get to the end of March, which is why I'm putting up an energy update as well. And it's incredibly important to understand that the universe is working for you at this time. So any illusion, and this is a global level, national level, and personal level, any illusions that you're telling yourself which is not a truth, that doesn't resonate deeply with your soul, it will be exposed at this period of time. So I'm picking there's going to be a lot of grumpy people walking around, because we often like things to go our way. So please be mindful as you're navigating through this energy of understanding the quicker that you can actually release yourself, it helps your cellular structure. You may be getting pushed by the universe to look at your foods, your food intake, what's good for you, what's not good for you, because your soul is now saying, if you haven't looked after the body, I'm going to make you look after the body. And it's not a punishment, it's an understanding. You're in a really valuable vehicle that you're travelling around in. Do you honour it? Do you look after it? Do you feed it well? We have shocking habits here on the earth plane as well, and we do have highly sugar-based diets, which actually no, and fat-based diets, which are actually no good for the physical body as well. So if you're getting the mental tune-up and getting into how you actually feel about something, not what you think about it, you're on the right track. If you're starting to investigate what you're actually eating, and trust me, because I do it all the time, you can slip up and you'll get a reminder. You just won't feel good. If you are sacrificing yourself for everybody else, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to be set on your own bottom, having to deal with a health issue, and to force yourself to realise how important you are in the face of everybody else. So as I said, there's a lot going on. It's a big year. There will be opportunities for us to kind of look at it and see the truth of situations and manipulations that are actually going on, because they are. And before everyone goes, oh, what manipulation? There's lots of manipulations all the time. We manipulate situations at a global level, at a national level, at a political level, because we all like to get our way. So there isn't any blasting off going, oh, it's about this and that. It's about basically doing the investigation into your life, into you, and that's where the buck stops first of all. So please be really mindful that this is a kind of intensely personal trajectory that you're on right at the moment, to actually investigate where the truth lies for your own self on a daily basis. That's pretty intense without the rest of the stuff that's actually going on as well. Now those people, just upping it a little bit more, for people that are sitting in very, very fear-based energy, and it is to do with this part of our brain that we have a whole fight or flight mode that we can actually get into, that living on crisis management, waiting for the next kind of pivotal pitfall, then please actually understand that living in fear is existing. It's existing for the next crisis. You're actually not living at all. So to help you to actually address the worry-wart side of yourself, look to what you can actually do on a daily basis. You can have an awareness of what else is going on, but if you're buying into the fear or you're pushing yourself, then you're actually going to make your physicality feel not very well. You cannot take responsibility for the entire series of events that happens around the globe. You are responsible for what happens in your own world, and you really should start there. Because if you're thinking ahead, you're not fully present in the present moment, which enables you a level of being able to actually do what you're doing right under your nose. So it is about actually looking and starting to address, am I being fair to myself? Am I trying to take responsibility for too much? Because on a daily basis you're still turning up and you're still taking responsibility for what you do on a daily basis. Start there. Start there. Because fearing what's coming in the future is literally going to force you into just existing and not enjoying the day. And the whole of human life is captured in moments, and in those moments that's where your joy is found. It could be as simple as walking on the beach and finding a shower and just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to be alive. Moments, moments, moments. So pull it back into being fully present, um, being aware that the energies are shifting and changing, and starting with your contribution to your own life, to yourself, and to the collective consciousness. That's the best way to navigate through this energy as well, because uh, absolutely love that the soul is actually saying, I'm more wanting to be more present in your own life. We have been kind of societally programmed that we need to be in our brains an awful lot. We are the whole package, body, mind and spirit. So it's really, really important that we're actually starting to actually honour and look at the many aspects of ourselves in its entirety rather than the singular. So things are about to get interesting, and there's nothing to have trepidation about. There is very much around these investigation processes and looking into the energy that says refocus on what you want to achieve, refocus on what you're doing, refocus on appreciation, because this is the way through the energy over the next couple of months anyway. Take care of you.